Hello everybody on Newtoland, Jamie Powell back for a 3 movie review video today. Going to talk to you guys about the new Disney live action remake of The Little Mermaid, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and The Boogeyman. So, cue that intro. So let's start the video off talking about The Little Mermaid, the live action remake of the 1989 animated classic The Little Mermaid, same title obviously. What's the story? Ariel is a mermaid under the sea with her family and friends, and she really wants to go to the surface. She's fascinated by it, and then she falls in love with a guy called Eric who happens to be a prince. She saves his life from a shipwreck and she falls in love with him. She wants to be part of his world, but her father doesn't like it. So she goes to see Ursula the Sea Witch, who gives her 3 days to go and do so by granting her wish of becoming human, getting legs. She's got to go and snog the pants off this prince, and if not, she's fucked and she belongs to Ursula. That's the plot. So was the film any good? Yes, it is. Me and the wife went to see it. We had a Disney day out the other day. I'll put a link down below to that video if you want to watch it. We went to Southampton, went and saw it at the cinema. We really did enjoy it, the wife especially. What are my thoughts though? Well, I think this is a really good adaptation of the animated classic. I grew up watching it. I went to see it at the cinema. I was 6 years old when it first came out. Yes, I'm that old. And I really did enjoy it then. And I enjoyed this one now. I still prefer the original cartoon, but I thought the cast who were very good. Halle Berry as Ariel was fantastic. Lovely singing voice, good acting skills, and pretty to look at. I think she did a great job. We have Melissa McCarthy playing Ursula. I thought she did pretty good. The rest of the cast are all fine. There's nothing really standouty. Sebastian the Crab was funny, and but there was a few things about it that didn't quite work for me. Some of the line delivery was a little bit wasn't quite as well delivered as the original cartoon. They were saying lines in the original movie that were done better in the original movie, but I still quite enjoyed it. But they also included a rap song which was not needed, and it was only short, thank God, but it was not needed. But overall I thought the film was very good. It went at a very good pace. I thought the special effects were good. The performances were fine. They did add a lot of backstory to some of the characters as well, so you get a bit more development on some of them. And there was a few extra things they did differently to the cartoon, which I appreciated. You don't want to watch a shot-by-shot remake like the Lion King one, which was a bit meh. But this one was a very entertaining film. I don't think it's the best of the best, but it is an entertaining film. And I was to rate this one out of 5. I gave it 4 stars. Very entertaining. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now let's talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the second film of the animated films. And this was a story about Spider-Man having to fight this evil villain called the Spot. And he has to go across all these multiverses, get all these other Spider-Man mushes to come together and save the day. Well, something like that. This was fucking bonkers. That's the best way of putting it. But it was also brilliant. It was really well directed. The animation is on top form. The soundtrack is fantastic. The voice work and acting performances are fantastic as well. The story is all over the place, but it works. The humour is right on the money. It's really funny. There's great characters in this film. You care. There's heart to this film. The pacing is fast paced. It's not overlong, even though it's 2 hours and 20. It just goes, and it's a blockbuster of an animated comic book movie. I liked the first one very much. I thought it was a very good film, but this one just tips it. It is so fast paced, it's so funny, there's plenty of action, and there's some great heartful moments between the characters, especially between Miles and his parents. That dynamic was fantastic. Gwen Stacy, of course, her character is fantastic here as well. Everything about this film works. It's not going to be for everybody, and it is quite a there's a lot you have to really pay attention. Lots of gags, and every frame is like a painting. It's beautiful to look at. The cinematography, the art, the animation, it is just wonderful. So I'm going to rate this film. I'm not going to go into too much about it because I want you guys to go and not knowing much about it. I think that'd be best. So I'm going to rate this film now, but personally, I loved it, and I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. That's like a 9 out of 10. Near perfection. Fantastic. And finally, let's talk about The Boogeyman, which is based on a Stephen King short story. What's the story? Well, this family have recently lost the mother of the family, and they're all grieving, and her dad is a psychiatrist, and one day this guy comes in off the street and he tells them about how his family were killed by this creature, the Boogeyman, and the Boogeyman seems to linger and stays in the house, and the daughters come to realise that there may be something lurking in the dark. Now, this film has not been very well publicised. It's not been out there much. There's not much publicity for this film. I saw the trailer and I thought that looks right up my street. But this isn't the film that you were sold, essentially. This is more of like the Babadook sort of scenario, where it's more about the characters. It's more about their story. It's more about what they're going through, the grief and the loss and the emotions. It is a very slow film as well. There are moments of spooky though, don't get me wrong, and those moments are really well handled. The direction is good. There's no jump scares. It's more visual, and that is always more winning for me. Anybody can film somebody walking down a bloody corridor and go boo and oh, fucking hell. You twat. But they do that a lot on these sort of horror films. But yeah, the story is generic. We've seen this done 100 times. But it's an entertaining film. It's not going to be the scariest film ever made. It's very far away from that. I wasn't scared once, but I was on the edge of my seat a couple of times. Quite tense. It builds suspense. The acting overall is fine. And it's maybe a bit too long, could be trimmed. It could have been like an hour special. It would have been much better, much tighter, and it would have been much, yeah, just would have been much better film for it. But I did enjoy it overall. So as I rate this one out of 5, I would go 3 out of 5. That seems quite low, but I did enjoy it, and I would watch it again. But it's not the scariest film you're ever going to see, but it's a lot better than some of the sort of generic titles that we do get. And it's very well made as well. It's done by the people that made Host. It was like an hour-long found footage thing. That was scary, but this was just entertaining. So yeah, that's my 3 film reviews. But before I go, when I went to see Spider-Man, I got given this poster when I walked out, and you cannot believe how big this poster is. It's a whopper. Now usually freebie posters, they're like 12 by 16. Not this motherfucker. Well, I might have to stand back for this. This is epic. Now I'm gonna stand right back, so hoping that you can get that end view. Isn't that a beauty? Now, before I go, let me just put this down here. I'll roll you back up in a minute, you sexy bitch. Now, my good friend Evander went to see it in Odeon, and sadly they had no posters. So I told the members of staff at Odeon and Bournemouth about it, and they've given me another one for you. So Evander, I've got another one for you, and it'll be in the post as soon as I can find a tube long enough, because it is a beast, but it is beautiful, and yeah, I'm glad I got you one, mate. So it'll be in the post ASAP. And also before I go, when we went to see The Little Mermaid of Southampton, as you might have seen, we had a freebie poster as well. And I got a spare one for you, Matthew, from Vengeance Media. It'll be on its way to you as well soon, mate. And that's it. So thank you for watching my film reviews. Hope you enjoyed it. Have you seen any of these films? Let us know down in the comments. And I hope you're all doing well. Some more videos coming soon. But until next time, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, play safe, and bye for now.